Welcome to the Rural Development Institute, and thank you for taking some time to get to know us a little bit more. As an institute, we're dynamic, multidisciplinary, and I hope to show some of those features of the Rural Development Institute to you today. We're located on the campus of Brandon University, which is in the middle of Canada, and we have a mission of applied research. We want to use research to understand issues within communities and rural communities and to provide paths forward. In that process, we want to create new knowledge and share it, both with the other faculty and students as well as with the community themselves, and understand what the learnings might be along the way as well. With over 30 years of experience as a center of excellence, we also have a journal of rural and community development. It's peer-reviewed, and we welcome submissions, of course, into that journal. Over the 30 years, we've practiced in the area of applied research and such topics as rural immigration, innovation, particularly in the food development area, regional economic development, and I'll talk more about that, infrastructure in rural areas, including and focusing on broadband currently, and also government and governance and capacity building. Let me give you 4 examples, and the first one will be around rural immigration. We have spent over 14 years, have over 300 reports and presentations on immigration into rural areas in Canada and elsewhere. Our most recent study has been around the lived experience of integration, of what does that mean, when are you integrated versus integrating, and when we do that, we also compare it to the models and practices of some of the settlement service organizations. It involved many grad students in this, doing interviews, as many as 30 interviews in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta over 2019 and into the fall of 2019, just before COVID, if you will. And we also now, the grad student is preparing a publication for a journal. So as a result of this study, not only were graduate students involved, but also it's moving into a referee journal article for them as well. Another more recent study has been with the Soybean. A group of community leaders approached the university in terms of the Rural Development Institute to be able to collect data to see if a new processing plant was needed in Western Manitoba. With the help of these community leaders, we gathered nearly 24 local, regional, provincial, and national experts in the soybean area. We brought them together and be able to put together this concept map of all the data that we needed and all the main arguments we needed to build a business case to prove either that it was needed or not. And on the yellow side were all some of the impacts that we wanted to see as a result of a new infrastructure of over $200 million investment in terms of the construction. Another example was looking at the Indigenous contribution to Manitoba economy. This research was conducted over an 18-month period. We spent an earlier 14 months building partnerships with organizations, Indigenous organizations, north and south in the province of Manitoba, and also with government agencies, federal and provincial, and as well as NGOs organizations before we were able to move ahead with this. On its launch, as you can see in the picture, it garnered national media coverage, and subsequent to that report, another one was ordered for northern Manitoba, which we did, called Look North. Each of these involved graduate students doing research, an economist working with us, faculty members, as well as 2 staff members from the Indigenous organizations that then came on board to experience the training as a researcher as well. So lots of different impacts and lots of different activities associated with one project. A much larger project is RPLC, the Rural Policy Learning Commons. This project is a 7-year project. We're into the 7th year now. It has been the largest funded project in Brandon University's history at $2.5 million. We've raised another $3 million on top of that. It involves Brandon University connecting to universities across Canada, US, Mexico, the UK, as well as Europe, with 30 universities in total. We've helped hundreds of students either get to research or conduct research, as well as with faculty, and it's resulted in hundreds of publications. These examples just help begin to show you some of the applied research sides of it and what we've done to share information. In addition to that, RDI is active and dynamic in a variety of ways. Imagining Rural Futures was a conference that was scheduled, planned for, and literally 2 months before it was to be launched in June of this year, we had to cancel it because of COVID. We also are active on campus. We invite, on an annual basis, we invite students to think about rural in a ways which we call the Rural by Design, an art contest, and students are able to make their submissions and they are then reviewed by faculty, including the Faculty of Arts. We are also involved in getting students on and off campus in terms of volunteering through the student service learning activities. And in addition to creating and contributing to communities and efforts free of charge, they also have a notation on their transcript of their volunteer effort. We also are innovative around how we use our space. We were approached by a graduate student that wanted to approach some exam or prepare for some examinations. And we created a professional in residence initiative for that person. So showing our flexibility and interest in graduates as well. I hope this is enough to give you an indication of some of the activities and interests that RDI has, and we certainly welcome you to check us out at Brandon University. We have over 3,000 publications and presentations on our website, and all of them are free. Great, thank you very much.